Not about shaming people who are low vibe and saying love and light only, pretending that you don't experience negative emotion. Hi, my name is Rhea and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about the law of attraction, and I want to lay out some very important foundations because I think that many law of attraction teachings that are out there are misguided and can actually make matters worse. Why? Because a lot of people are dealing with anxiety, intrusive thoughts, and OCD. And when they learn about the law of attraction, which states that your thoughts create your reality, which is a very overly simplistic way and reductive way to teach the law of attraction, but I'll get into that a little bit later. So what does a person with anxiety see? They think, oh, my thoughts are creating my reality. And then they start fighting with their own thoughts, and this causes more resistance, which causes more anxiety. And don't even get me started about people who have OCD and intrusive thoughts, who think about very disturbing thoughts, and when they think that there's a possibility that these things can manifest simply because of the fact that they're thinking about these things, it's actually a nightmare, and it's the wrong way to approach the law of attraction. The law of attraction is a law that allows us to see how much the universe loves us. Before you know that it's the universe that puts you here and the universe has your back, before you know that, you cannot practice the law of attraction, because that's the major idea that is the building block of all esoteric practices. The universe is conspiring with you for your highest good. And I'm here to tell you that your thoughts do not manifest. So rest assured, if you have anxiety or if you cannot control your thoughts, by the way, nobody can control their thoughts. The most positive people in the world still have negative thoughts. They just don't dwell on them. And they're not scared of them because they don't believe them, because they know that the universe has their back and they are protected. And only their highest good is going to happen. Now, your mind must think, well, if that's the case, then how come bad things happen to people? Well, bad, quote unquote, things happen for your soul's growth. If you look back at your life and you get clear-headed and you meditate and you look back at your life and all the painful experiences that you've been through, you will realize that this was ultimately for your highest good. It either taught you a very important lesson, it either made you grow, or it made you become a better person, or it led you to circumstances that led you to something better. That's the first point that I want to make. Your thoughts do not manifest. Why? Because your thoughts, it's in the mental realm. And you are not your thoughts, you are not your mind. What manifests is what's aligned with your soul. So I've tried manifesting things from just thinking better thoughts, and it doesn't work, whether it's negative or positive. So you can think about positive thoughts or negative thoughts all day long and it will not manifest. So if you have anxiety and OCD, that's good news. And if you've been trying to manifest something from that place, then just keep watching, because I'm going to give you the real secret to manifestation. So the secret to manifestation is, first of all, to desire something from your soul, not your ego. It's figuring out first what you really want. For example, let's say you're trying to manifest more money. Okay, everyone wants more money. Think about, what is the money going to bring you? Do you want more money to have luxurious clothes then think about how luxurious clothes will feel, how good you will feel. Think about how pretty you will look in these clothes. If you're trying to manifest money to have more freedom, to do more activities, to have more fun, then focus on the fun that you're gonna have doing these activities. If it's for travel, think about all the places that you want to travel to. So see, the thing you really want is not money. It can either be more comfort, more freedom, more security, more fun, or all of the above. So this is what I mean by peeling off the layers and manifesting things that your soul really wants. Because if you had money but you couldn't do all these things, then it would be completely useless. It's not the money itself that would bring you joy. So focus on what brings you joy, and you will attract it like a magnet, because that is so authentic to who you really are. Because your true self, your soul, is nothing but joy, nothing but light. It's all about peeling off the layers and getting to the core. Now, the second secret is detachment. I'm sure you've heard of this before, and I've also heard it in many different law of attraction teachings. But the difficulty with detaching from your desires is that you desire these things. So what's the secret? The secret is creating joy in the present moment so that you're not desperate for these things that you're trying to manifest. Let's say you want to find your dream partner, you want to find your soulmate. Instead of thinking about it day and night and how much you want it and like, oh my God, I want this so much, and like that's desperate energy. Instead, put the intention out there and think about how amazing it would be to find the right person, but then move on. Keep living your life and do things that bring you joy in the moment. And it's when you're in that elevated frequency that your desires will come to you, that those high vibrational experiences will come like a magnet to you. So focus on creating joy in your life. It's those things that are in the moment that are going to make you a magnet for your desires. It's not those far off things that we put on a pedestal that are gonna manifest. Not at all. Because think about it, if you already had these things, they wouldn't be on a pedestal. It would just feel natural. For example, if you're trying to manifest your dream job and right now you don't have any job, well, what would really be helpful is to first put yourself in a position where you're not desperate for that dream job. How? By landing another job that might not be your passion, but at least you won't be desperate for money. Because by getting that temporary job, you're a closer vibrational match to that dream job than if you were like completely broke and desperate for money. So everything I've manifested in my life were things that I wasn't even trying to manifest, and they were all positive things. I've battled with intrusive thoughts, OCD, and anxiety. And none of the thoughts that I was thinking ever manifested. So if you have anxiety and you're battling with your thoughts, stop battling, stop fighting them. Just allow them to come and go. Don't identify with them. Try meditating. Actually, meditating is non-negotiable. But if you've never meditated before, start with 1 minute. And then the next day, start with 2 minutes. Add 1 minute every day. And at first, your mind is going to think about all the reasons why it cannot sit still, and your mind is just going to race. It's okay. Just take it back to the present moment. That's how you train your mind. We call that the monkey mind. You have to train it like a wild animal to just sit still. With practice, it's going to come, and you will be so glad that you did that, because this is going to change your life. Meditation is going to change your life because it's going to make you aware of habits and patterns that are not for your highest good. And the next time you're feeling super anxious and you're caught in that spiral, you will catch yourself pretty quickly. If you've been meditating, you will catch yourself and you will bring awareness to that moment and say, okay, it's not about beating yourself up. It's about bringing awareness and being more conscious. So you notice it, like, okay, that's happening. And then you consciously replace it with a positive thought, or you go and do something to get you out of that mental state. Movement is super important. Going outside and breathing fresh air. Go out into nature. Do things that will elevate your vibration. This is how you're going to be aligned with your soul, because your soul is nothing but goodness. Everything that's negative, everything that's fear-based, it comes from conditioning. It comes from conditioning, past trauma, past life memories, emotional baggage, false beliefs, and who knows what else. But I think I've covered most of where anxiety comes from, because I've lived it for many, many years, and what changed my life was meditation. It's crazy how it's the simple things that compound over time and create this major change. We think that change is something that is so far off, that is so high on a pedestal. It's like change is right here in this second. Change is not something that's out there that you need to get to. You have the power to change inside of you, to transform. And please stop listening to these love and light teachings that completely suppress the shadow, because that's only making matters worse. If you have anger built up inside of you, scream, shout, yell, cry, punch a pillow, break something, right? As long as it's yours. We don't want to create more problems, but let it out. Exercise. Get that anger out of your system. Breath work and physical exercise is something that helped me let go of my anger. You can't just suppress your anger and your sadness and your grief and say, I'm only going to think positive thoughts. If you have something that's coming up, please do not suppress it. It's okay. It's okay to have negative thoughts and negative emotions, and it's okay to be low vibe. But it's about not dwelling on it. It's about allowing that negative thought to come, allowing that feeling to come, live that emotion, and then release it. Because your natural state is joy. So as long as you're not ruminating on the same thought all day, it will just come and go on its own, and you'll go back to your natural state. Joy and peace is not something you need to get to. It's your natural state when you stop picking everything that's wrong and focusing on it and ruminating on the same thoughts all day long. A small thing could have happened to you during that day, and instead of suffering for 5 minutes, you suffer throughout the whole day because you're still living that moment and you're repeating it in your mind. You have the power to choose which frequency you want to be. It's not about shaming people who are low vibe and saying love and light only, pretending that you don't experience negative emotions. It's not about that. It's about developing the tools and also the knowledge to create a better life, to create a better inner state, because your outside life is just a reflection of your inner state. And I'll make another video this week on how to instantly stop anxiety, and I'll give you some very useful tips that have helped me deal with it. And again, if you're anxious, you're battling with OCD and intrusive thoughts, you shouldn't be focusing on manifesting a car or manifesting your dream job when your inner state is chaotic. You should be focusing on healing yourself first. Focus on elevating your vibration. Just focus on feeling better and you'll be on the right track. A lot of people have intrusive thoughts and they never manifest. You can rest assured. And once you take that fear out of those intrusive thoughts, your mind will become bored with them, because they will pop up and they won't scare you, because you know that they're just thoughts that are coming and they're gonna go, and you're just observing them. They're not affecting you. They're not affecting your emotional state. Then your own mind is going to become bored with these thoughts because there's no emotional charge to them. They're meaningless. They're just thoughts. So remove the emotional charge and you'll just become bored with them and your mind will just stop thinking about them. I hope that this was helpful. I send you all my blessings and my love.